So today, now we got Aces fan Mick here. I'm flipping the script. I'm now a hardcore Kate Martin fan. I'm just now a hardcore Kate Martin fan. Like that's it. Doesn't matter. This jersey's like 3 sizes too big for me now. It doesn't look as bad on camera as it actually is in real life. But we are gonna be talking about the Mystics destroying the Chicago Sky today. Absolutely from bell to bell, destroyed this guy. And before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. Lads, our goal by the end of the year was to hit 35,000 subscribers. We might hit that by the end of tomorrow, which would be absolutely insane if we could do that. And even just subscribe just for a justice for Kate Martin. I bought a Kate Martin jersey, and the day I freaking buy it, she plays 0 minutes. But the Mystics they're a good team, and the Chicago Sky, like, obviously, when they played the Wings, they must have just been riding on a high or something when they won so comfortably, because they were bad today. Like, I caught bits of this game. Onion Ware had a bad game. Cardoso. Again, Cardoso's... The big thing when I say run through Cardoso is not that she's a scorer. Is that her passing's very, very good. Izzy Harrison was never going to have his game as good as the last time they played, or she played. Henry Carter was... okay. Dana Evans again, somehow getting minutes. She's back getting minutes again. And I caught the fourth quarter, and it looked like they just gave up. Obviously, Diamond of Shields is injured as well now. You got no Diamond of Shields. You've just signed Kayla Davis, is it? On a hardship contract at the end of the season. And the Mystics are good. I don't care what anyone says. The Mystics are good. Like, the Mystics, you've got Brittany Sykes, who is, again, an almost star level player. As in, I'll call that almost star. Like, she is on any given year, could mess around and make an all-star team. She's at, like, a different type player. She's more of a defender, but she's at the level of, like, a Marina Mabry. Aaliyah Edwards, who's been great all year against Chicago, chipped in with 15. But, like, nobody scored more than 15. They put up 90 as a team. Steph Dolson barely played. Like, they literally, look at the minutes. They just basically went, we're going to go play our starters and our bench half the game each. Like, even Sutton played. And this is a team that's waiting on Shakira Austin to come back. I don't know if she's going to come back if they make the playoffs. You got Julie Van Loo, who was 3 of 5 from 3 today. Again, a player that I really want as a backup point guard in the Fever. I just think she's better than Erica Wheeler. They have the good Samuelson. I mean, is there any chance, as if they don't look enough like each other? I was about to say, is there any chance if they don't make the playoffs that we can swap out the Samuelsons and no one will notice? But yeah, obviously Katie Lou. And the funniest part about all this is Carly Samuelson was undrafted. She was in and out of the league. And yeah, like, she shot 47% from 3 in 2021. She wasn't signed for a year, I think. She's 1995. I would assume she graduated college in 2017. Oh no, could have been 2018. Could have been 2010. Either way, Katie Lou was the 5-star recruit, #1 recruit in the country, went to UConn, won championships, was drafted 4. Turns out Carly Samuelson's better than Katie Lou. Who would have ever guessed? Who would have ever guessed? And then Ariel Atkins is one of my favorite players in the league. I think she was robbed of an all-star position this year. I'd take her on, would have taken her on Team USA. I think the role Jackie Young played, I think Ariel Atkins does it better, because we've seen when Jackie Young wants to be a lockdown defender, her offense suffers, whereas Ariel Atkins can be a lockdown defender while also giving you 20 in any given game. Again, she only scored 4 points. She only scored 4 points today, but they won by 30. They won by 30. But yeah, like, if you are the Sky, you're struggling. Like, you are in a really tough position, because you're playing, the next game for the Sky is against Atlanta. So the Sky face Atlanta in their next game. They need to win that. Oh, sorry, no, am I wrong? I'm wrong with this. Sorry, no, they play the Sky on the 17th. My bad. Their next game is... I don't know. It's against the Lynx, and they're going to lose to the Lynx. Like, by the end of that game, they might be back down in that game with Atlanta. And they got to beat Atlanta because if Atlanta win this game, it's 2-2, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Atlanta beat Chicago the first time more than Chicago beat Atlanta, or it's similar enough. It's probably going to go to a tiebreak, which Atlanta might win. But Washington on Friday and Saturday. Is it Friday, Saturday? No, Friday, Sunday. Play Atlanta twice. They play Atlanta twice. So Washington get to face Atlanta twice. And then it could come down to Washington versus Indiana at the end of the year for a playoff berth. And if I'm Indiana, do you just rest your players? If Caitlin Clark breaks that rookie record, which she might do, the rookie scoring record before that game, if she has that record broke, do you just sit Caitlin Clark? Like, she needs, 5 more assists to break the all-time assist record, which she's going to do. Do you just sit her for a game? Do you sit her for the last game? I don't know. Imagine if she breaks it, you sit her for a game, and then all of a sudden, Alyssa Thomas catches her. But yeah, it is a crazy playoff race because all three of these teams, like, Washington won today, Chicago lost. There's a 1 game between them. Like, Washington have gone 12-24. So Washington are 12-24, Atlanta are 12-24, and Chicago are 13-23. There is 1 game difference between these last 3 teams, and they all play each other. Like, obviously, the Washington Wizards, or not the Washington Wizards, the Washington Mystics and Chicago game is today. So these within 2 games of each other, all in the playoff hunt, are all playing each other. And the freaking Mystics played a dream twice. And for people wondering, and they're like, if you don't know what the way the picks are, they're like, why are the Mystics trying to win? Why are these X, Y, and Z teams trying to win? If you guys don't know, in the WNBA draft right now, because it's all done by a 2-year record, Atlanta and Washington's 2-year records are identical, and so are the Sky's. So basically, what is going to happen here is whichever team finishes last in this is going to get a 17% chance. But Atlanta are trying to make the playoffs, and Washington own Atlanta's pick. So if Washington, hypothetically, let's say Chicago sandbag the season and they lose the rest of their games. Chicago go here. If Washington and Atlanta are here, Washington have an equal chance at the first overall pick if Washington and Atlanta are in these 2 positions right here. But you would rather just play in the playoffs. If you are in a playoff battle with a team that you own their pick for the last lottery spot, it makes no difference if you are in the lottery or not, because you have the Washington pick, which is the lowest percentage chance in the lottery, plus the Atlanta pick, which is the top pick outside the lottery, or flip it. You have the same picks. So that's why Washington have started going for it, because Atlanta are going for it. Atlanta have gotten close, and the Sky are in freefall. If the Sky were not in freefall, and let's just say hypothetically, the Sky were to end the season on, let's just say, and funnily enough, if somehow Phoenix Mercury ended up not in the playoffs, which obviously mathematically they can't, they would have had the second best odds and getting the 1 pick. But you've got the Sky, who, if they were winning games like they were and were comfortably in the playoffs, the Mystics would be tanking, because in an ideal scenario, the Mystics end up worse than Dallas, and they end up with a 37% chance as the number 1 overall pick, because no one was ever going to catch the Sparks. But yeah, that is why Mystics are going for it. But for the Sky, it is probably best for you to drop into that category. Go and get yourself whoever the second best guard in the draft is, because there's no way Iriafen and Malonga are not going 2 and 3. Go get the second best guard in the draft. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.